Hey, hey. I don't give a love about what them niggas gotta say. I'm a one West, nigga finna be great. I don't care about what they say. Hey. Fuck with my team, fuck with my sisters, then I got a problem. I'm never gon' miss you. I got her hanging out the AR. I got a fit hanging out the pistol. He say it's corner, I'm just being realistic. I be on them corner posted with the realest. If it's the Sabbath, then we going fishing. I'm really no man, that's a God-given mission. I'm really on 10, but I'm stamped in the pistol. I get the order, be glad of this mission. Hebrew Academy graduate, nigga. Training, go through the baddest conditions. I don't fuck with none but the baddest of bitches. She righteous, submissive, she glad to be with me. Had that thing Putin like Batman, niggas. She know I'm a prophet, she gotta be listening. Disrespect, I ain't having that shit. Tell her go make some business from scratch. She bitching the different breed of black men. We don't do the bad thing. I remember back when I was really trapping, trying to get the racks in, selling dope to black men. But now I'm trying to make it straight. Like, don't forget about my face. We sticking up straight, can't fold us. Too heavy, the world won't hold us. Those bitches on rank, I told. Line up in these ranks, we sold you. You can take that to the bank, we focus on. How many times must we remind you? Nobody want to win some way. But never take off as a place. When the law with you ain't no up next. It's just us, nigga, that's that on that. All that weak shit, that ain't no threat. Say you won't beat bitch with that ain't no sweat. We with all that. The Lord called a nigga out the world. I responded and called back. Oh Lord. And everything that they stole from us, fuck the shit. We want all that. Them niggas snitching in there like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come under command and general, your honor, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine, that's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. That's why we unaffiliated with them. I cannot fuck around with fake niggas. We taking ground when we in your city. You better hide the women, hide the liquor. Keep that bitch on me, please don't but the same. Don't be a fool and be another victim. Say you a goon, you just another Christian. How you my brother, you ain't in here with me. Deep down in the trenches, we with them niggas locked up in the prison. Fucking Hispanic, Native American, Indian, we ain't just talking shit, but we living in it. We be everywhere, you can't miss it. And we be precious hell, take a picture. And we be precious now with the scriptures. Play, we gon' script them, yeah, we some killers. These niggas tripping, they mind blown. Swear business, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't get it pause when niggas say that they be looking for niggas to slide on. The slide that I know about is when I send with the gun with the slide for real. I get the order, you know that this long. See me and my niggas gon' die for real. The bigger the better for kingdom of heaven. You niggas get wet up by niggas, I'm fed up by rep UPK. My niggas won't let up, got choppers, got nines, AKs, Berettas. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like bitch or whatever. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with me and my nigga like them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come under command and general, your honor, we unaffiliated with them. Like they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. See, they always ask us like, why y'all don't fuck with such and such? Why y'all won't come together with such and such? I be like, we unaffiliated with them. You understand me? Like, niggas be out here on some weirdo shit. And to be honest, that's why we unaffiliated with them. Hey, that's why we unaffiliated. Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my niggas. Yeah. Top of my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be flying, it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit, y'all know they can't stand us, but we say shit start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping. Cause bro, cause bro bless. Better watch how you stepping, cause brother, I let all my sisters and brothers because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gut. My mind frame was for why take your life for let. You take mine. That's when I realized the slaves kill the slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves on that we hate it for our complexion. Better watch how you stepping, cause brother, hood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch. Hey, hey.
Oh, one more.
Fucking with you, fuck a fake friend. Show is over, close the curtain. Told you that they loved you, laughed at you when you was hurting. One thing about that UPK, this brotherhood for certain. Dress you up in all black, curved you up to put that work in. Same niggas that was on the block putting that work in, abandon that lifestyle, cause now I know my purpose. Coming from a place where a black man life is worthless. 400 plus years, yeah, living out them curses. I blame the so-called leaders in the church have been betrayed by the people you would die for. Your family ain't family, so-called friends switch sides on you. Crack and take a knee on your neck, whisper and die, boy. So I stay strapped with the Kaepernick, that's the fire. Oh, gotta watch your back, you know them demons out here. They hate it when you down. Love you when you there, but hate you while you living. Only make a miss it's beneficial. You can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking
I
with
say
you.
fuck the fake love and disloyal behavior. Brotherhood is a weapon, but bitch niggas is contagious. Hating your elevation instead of hitting the pavement. Watching your every move and never give motivation. Situational friendships get way with adversity. And these days, just a little bit of your kindness a luxury. I'd rather keep you distant, be a fuck nigga too close to me. Prefer to fuck with fear nigga than house niggas with notes on me. Get a shirt off my back for devoted niggas with loyalty. I noticed the lack of devoted niggas that's trustworthy if you ain't in no black. Ranked up, I'd give 2 fucks for free. Death before dishonor is a must. It ain't no choice from me, I'm bred different. Was never one to die, just bullshit, I'm fed different. Fuck all the information out of pulpits, I'm led different. Been taught to follow a code, Israel laws, statutes, commandments, freely given, never sold, nigga.
They hate it when you up, but love it when you down. Love you when you dead, but hate you while you living. Only make a mention when it's beneficial. You can't keep it solid, I ain't fucking with you.
All right. Good.
Go ahead.
All right, clap it up. Shalom. Nosotros somos la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Comenzamos de 1 Oeste, calle 125, en Harlem, Nueva York, abajo de Comandante General Johanna. Shalom, Israel, where the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Johanna. And since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible to you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, informing you that you are the true Israelites spoken about in the Holy Bible. And tonight is Isupk San Antonio's history class. This is a real important class for us nowadays, even more importantly through this time, because through all the turmoil that our people are going through these days, it's really important to know the past, what we've been going through in the past, and what we are going through right now. Because without knowing where we came from, we don't know where we're going. Like they say, if you don't know the past, you're doomed to repeat it, right? Well, we have been repeating our same mistakes over and over and over again. And it's time for us as a people to finally learn from our mistakes, right? And but if we don't know our mistakes, how are we going to learn from it? And one of our biggest mistakes is we don't know our culture. Yesterday, we here in San Antonio, the school in San Antonio, we celebrated the feast of blowing of the trumpets, memorial of the blowing of the trumpets, and it's a memorial. We got to remember why we celebrate that day, why our people, had this tradition of blowing the trumpets. We're going to get into that. But first off, can you pull up Deuteronomy 32:7? It's really important for us to know the past. Really important for us to actually know what our people went through, know our people's traditions and culture. It's really important for us to know this because we have to keep this. We have to keep our culture, our tradition, our family heritage, right? We have to keep this. It's really important for us as an up and coming nation because here in ISBK, we're the building block of the new Jerusalem. We're that building block. Actually the building block is Christ, but we are establishing that building block on top of that foundation. That foundation has been lost, but in 1969, it's back again. The Wadatu commanded General Yohana for keeping this truth alive. That way our people have a future. But we can't have a future without knowing our past. And that's why, on Fridays we have the Lashwan Kadash class. Officer Yaman is a scholar you know, let's give a hand out for him. Man, he keeps that tradition alive. You know, since 1969, we have been keeping that tradition alive. Here in San Antonio, you can check it online on Fridays at 7 o'clock. Um, Officer Ayala one, he holds that class where our people, our future generations won't forget our tongue. You know what I mean? It's really important that we keep that tradition because, when we're speaking right now, we're speaking English. I started this class off with Spanish. Those are a slave language. Those languages were forced on our people. But we really speak what our ancestors spoke was Hebrew, the Lashon Kodash, which means the holy tongue. That's Hebrew. We keep that tradition alive. We keep that burning here in the Isupk. On Fridays we teach the Lashon Kodash. On Mondays we teach the history class. We teach the history of our people, which is the building block of the future, which is the law, statutes, commandments. That's the building block of our people. That's our future. Those are our customs, our culture, our heritage. We have to keep that. If we don't, we're doomed to follow the same mistakes our people have been committing over and over and over again. We have to learn. We have to learn from our mistakes. But go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 7.
No, chapter 32,
Oh,
verse 7.
chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of the old.
Remember the days of old. No, forget them.
Consider.
No, start from the top.
Remember the days of old.
No, it said forget that those are past. It's time to move on.
Remember the days of old.
Remember the days of old. We have to remember the days of old. Not to just forget the past because it's already gone and over with, right? Like they try to say about slavery, right? Our oppressor tries to say that, oh, that's the past. It's time to forgive and forget. But when it comes to their anguish, their lamentations, their times of struggle, their times of loss, they want to make national holidays after that, like 9/11, right? That was years ago. 9/11 happened in what, 2001? That was what, 24 years ago? That's long past. You know what I mean? Lots happened since then. But no. What on every 9/11, what do they have? They have a holiday. Remember. They want everybody to remember their right. Every 4th of July. What? They want everybody to go and buy, fireworks that would blow up your hand if you hold on to it, right? Cause fires in our cities, but they want us to celebrate their so-called freedom when they broke away from their oppressors. You know what I mean? But they frown on you when you ask off for Passover. When we broke away from our oppressors during the time of the Salakia, during the time of Egypt, when Egypt had a hold on our people. You know what I mean? It's more important for them to remember their past than for you. You know what I mean? Then they try to give us like they try to throw us a bone to where they just recently made Juneteenth a federal holiday, just recently, and most companies won't even give you off on that day. You know what I mean? They won't even give you off on that day, but they try to throw us a bone. And what is that? What is Juneteenth? a celebration of when Texas let go of their slaves, freed their slaves, 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. So 2 years after every slave was let go in the North, right? Down South, they still hold on. We still have our people in slavery down South. You see how hypocritical they are, our oppressors are? They just want you to forget all your pain. But when it comes to them, they want you to have remorse on them. But they have no compassion, no remorse on you. It's not for us to have remorse and compassion on ourselves. Remember our pain. Remember our struggles. And remember our triumphs also. That's what Memorial of the Trumpets was about. To keep our traditions, keep our customs, to keep our heritage, to show our people compassion, to show our people any sense of acknowledgement, right? Because they want to acknowledge you. When they try to teach our history, our history in schools and in the oppressors' school system, is slavery. We don't really learn before 1492, before 18 what was it, 1860, 18 the 1860 the 1600s, 1800s. We don't learn before that about our people. We just learn about our people during slavery when we were conquested and enslaved. Like we started out as slaves. No, our history is the most important history in the universe because you know everybody in America tries to say that they're a Christian nation, right? And they base their their beliefs on the Bible, but the Bible is actually your history book, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. They try to steal your heritage and call it for their own. They're fighting over uh, the Holy Land in the Middle East, right now as we speak. They're fighting for that strip of Gaza, right? When they have no rights to that land. That land actually belongs to you, Black man, Hispanic man. That's your land. But we have forgotten it. You know what I mean? See how important it is to know your history? Because if you don't know your history, where do you know where you're going? If you don't know where you came from, where do you know where you're going? Go ahead.
Consider the years of many generations.
Consider the years of many generations. Consider it. Consider your forefathers. Keep the traditions handed down from your forefathers. It's like today, for an example. I'm gonna use myself as an example. I really don't speak too much Spanish. I speak very little. My father, growing up, spoke nothing but Spanish. Struggled with English. So what did he tell my mother? Let's not teach our children Spanish so they won't be ridiculed at school. So, my generation really doesn't speak too much Spanish, just very little. I mean, see how fast that custom went away? How fast that tradition was forgotten? You know what I mean? My father's father, spoke very little English, and his father spoke nothing but Spanish. You know what I mean? But when it comes to me, I speak very little Spanish. It's important to keep our past generations. Consider our past generations. Go ahead.
Ask thy father.
Ask your father. Like I remember I was doing a report for school about my family tree, and I didn't know that my one of my great grandmothers was an Apache. I didn't know that until I asked my father. Okay, a lot of so-called Mexicans too. Uh, we have Native American heritage, Native American bloodline. You know what I mean? Ask your father. Ask your grandfather about this. Go ahead,
And he will soothe thee.
and he will show thee. He will show thee. You know what I mean? And when I asked my father about our family tree and about our history, our family history, how our great grandfather came from the mountains of Coahuila to Texas because his father was killed in a mining accident. So he had to provide for his family, provide for his smaller brothers and sisters. So he came down to Texas and he married a Native American woman. You know what I mean? It's important to know where you come from. So like you search somebody at the door. It's important to know where you come from, to know your past. Go ahead.
Thy elders, and I will tell thee.
And they will tell you, right? Your elder, your grandparents, your grandmother, your grandfather, your mother, your father. Ask them about the past. They will tell you. It's important. This is important. Our past is important. We have to know. We have to know where our people come from. We have to know what our people went through. You know, like for an example, all these so-called Latinos for Trump, right? The Beatles, which means a traitor. That's how I see it because they forgot about the struggle about their poor parents, their grandfather. They forgot about the struggle that he came to how he came to this nation, right? They forgot about all that struggle. How he's crossed that border, you know what I mean? In hopes for better life for his future generations. They forget about all that struggle. Now they say, what, oh, they got to cross legally. They forget that they themselves are from Mexico. They themselves are from Guatemala, are from Venezuela. You know what I mean? They forget all about that. Now they're just a red-blooded American. But they forget about their past generation struggles on how when their foreparents came over here and worked their fingers to their bone, broke their back for our oppressors in the fields, picking their onions, picking their strawberries, picking their cotton. Yes, Latinos pick cotton also. We're no different from the black man. You know what I mean? When Mexicans try to separate themselves from the so-called blacks, saying that oh no, they're slaves, but they don't know their past. How did you get your last name Gonzalez? Rodriguez? Those Spanish last names. Did you come from Spain? No. You don't know how you got that last name because you don't know the past. It's important for us to know the past of how our people were enslaved and indoctrinated into Catholicism from the conquistadores. It's important to know our past because then we would see ourselves not different from our black brothers. You know what I mean? And it's important to know what our black brothers went through to relate to them, to have compassion on them, to have love on them. It's important to know the past to heal the future. to heal the present. Drop that. Let's get into Leviticus 23 and start at 23, verse 23. Yesterday was the blowing of the trumpets, right? We keep a memorial for the blowing of the trumpets to know what our people went through during that time that we were actually in the land, to keep that culture of the trumpets. And right now, that culture is so very important to us, because what that really is a militant custom. It's a militant custom. Go ahead.
Oh, it's like I said, what is it, 23, 23?
Leviticus chapter 23, and we're going to start at verse 20. But hold on to that. It's a militant custom that our people kept, right? And there's a reason why our people must keep this custom, must keep that mindset. Go ahead.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 23. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying,
Right, and the Lord spoke unto Moses. This is the Most High God, our God. And he spoke to our forefather Moses. Go ahead.
chapter 20, verse 24. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto the children of Israel. That's you, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. That's you. This is when the Most High God spoke to our forefather. Go ahead.
Saying, in the 7th month, in the day of the month,
No, it's like in the first day.
in the first day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath.
Right. You should have a Sabbath. Right. This is a commandment. This is a law to keep the Sabbath. Sabbath means rest, right? We're supposed to keep this day. This is a law. Right now, our people work their I wanted to say something else like it, but our back is off, right? For our oppressor. We built up this nation. I mean, they don't allow us to really rest. When's the last time that you really had a rest? When you went on vacation? When's the last time you really went on vacation? Nowadays, man, it's a struggle just to even come up with rent and gas money for a vehicle, right? Man, it's so important for us to actually have rest, because this is a commandment. And people, this is not the land this is not the land of our rest. No. So this is so important to actually hold on to this custom. Go ahead.
A memorial of blowing of the
A
trumpets.
memorial. What is memorial? Short. What is the root word of memorial? Memory. To remember. Go ahead.
A holy convocation.
A holy convocation. Convocation is when we come together, right? A convocation. A holy convocation. This is a set apart from everything going on around us, from all the wickedness going on around us. This meeting, this convocation that we hold on the Shabbat, this is a Shabbat, a time of rest, right? This is holy, holy unto the Lord, holy unto you, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Go ahead.
Verse 25. Ye shall do not civil
You shall do no service.
service.
Start top.
Oh, verse 25. Ye shall not do no service work to him.
Right. You shall do no servile work therein. This is a Sabbath. We're not supposed to serve our oppressor on this day. Go ahead.
But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord.
Right. We shall offer unto the Father. Right. This was the commandment that we come over here and we sacrifice. Go ahead.
Verse 26. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying,
No, they can drop it. But this tradition of blowing of the trumpets, right? Memorial of blowing of the trumpets is a commandment. It's a law to be kept by blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Because there's a reason why we blew the trumpet. There's different occasions why we blew the trumpet. We blew the trumpet for everybody to come in. We blew the trumpet for war times, for warnings. And we're gonna get into it. But this is a militant custom. It's important for us, uh, the sheep of the Most High, right, to have a militant mindset because of the times that we're living in. Most people, when they're gallivanting about, right? That's Captain Gut, I would say, gallivanting about, you know, they don't think about safety. They don't think about the future. They don't. They're just going about, you know, lackadaisical with them, just taking it day by day, and really not having any plans for the future. And if they do have plans for the future, it's on plans on how to just uh, up themselves. You know, it's selfish man about riches or possessions or something. It's not about the future of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans as a whole, because they don't really realize what we're going through. Because what we're going through is what our people been going through. And we're going to get into that. Drop that. Let's go into Numbers 10 and start at verse 1. It's important to keep that military mindset, that militant mindset, because we need to wake up to what's going on around us. We as a nation, and I'm not talking about Americans. I'm talking about Israelites, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. We are at war. We are at war. Look out the streets in DC. They had National Guards marching through the streets of DC. They're going. I'm not. Are they in Chicago now? Are they already in Chicago? I know. Trump was thinking about putting the National Guard in the streets of Chicago. We are at war, and it's not for to say what Trump says about decreasing the crime rate. It's not that. No, they're on the war for you, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. That's what they are. Remember, Trump basically declared war with Mexico, right? Mexico's right there. Who's the majority in DC? Blacks and Hispanics. Who's the majority in Chicago? Blacks and Hispanics. He wants to gain a foothold on his enemy. That's why he's sending the troops in. Know what I mean? And whoever's his enemy, he's going to send them away. Most likely, probably going to start arresting uh, politicians too. That's a huge underlining. We're looking at a whole turning upside down of the so-called uh, good American standards, good American culture by upholding the so-called Constitution. Trump is doing away from all of that. This is the beginning of the end. And it's time for us, blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, to realize it. Realize that we're hated in this nation. We're hated. We are looked down upon, trodden upon every single day in this nation, but we want to live life like like I don't know, like YOLO, like there's, you know, you only live once, and just trying to please yourself. It's time to realize what time we're living in, and if you have any compassion on your people, any worry about your kids in the future, you're gonna uphold and hold tight to the traditions that the Most High God gave you. And you can only do that here in the ISUPK. So that's why these classes are so important. These classes, the Lashwan Kadash class, to know your true culture, your true language, right? History classes, brotherhood class, the law class, because the law is the most important. The law is our heritage. But we're going to get into the traditions of, you know, the trumpets. Go ahead.
This is Numbers chapter 10, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Make thee 2 trumpets of silver, of a whole piece, that whole piece shalt thou make them.
Right. The 2 trumpets of silver. Right. Trumpets. We're going to get into why this is so significant. The Lord commanded Moses to make these trumpets. Go ahead.
That thou mayest use them for calling of the assembly.
Right. Calling of the assembly, to bring in the congregation, bring in the whole nation of Israel. Go ahead.
And for the journeying of the camps.
Right. For the journey of the camps, when you know, whenever we would you know, move the camp. Go ahead.
And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves.
Right. When they blow them, we should, you know, come together. Go ahead.
To thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Right. You know, just meet in front of the school, the tabernacle. Just like hold on for a second. Just like right now, it's so important that we have a plan. You know, a plan, evacuation plan. It's so important. We have to keep this militarized mindset because, you know, it could pop off any day now. Could pop off like Russia could get, you know, a wild hair, you know, Putin could get a wild hair and just push that button anytime. Because he's sick of the antics that Trump is playing with the president of Ukraine and Putin and all them. Trump is just like he's playing with them. What he say about Putin and the president to Ukraine? He's like, they don't know what they're doing, right? In other words, you're no good without me. Putin could very well get a wild hair of this, you know, and just say, you know what, for that, dude, push that button. You know what I mean? We need to have a plan as a nation. And that's why we have to remember that our forefathers had plans. And we need to realize that this tradition is important to us. Go ahead.
And if they blow but with one trumpet, then the princes, which are the heads of the thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves unto thee.
Right. See, we have, I get the word leadership. We have, you know, we have heads over us that, you know, keep us in order. We have an order to our nation. You know what I mean? And you know, the first blast was to call the heads of us. Go ahead.
When ye blow up an alarm, then the camps that lie on the east parts shall go forward.
Right. So you blow an alarm like do, 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 do. It's an alarm, it's multiple blasts. They know that something is up. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And when you blow an alarm the second time, then the camp on the south side shall take their journey.
Right. See, this is a tactic. This is a military tactic. This is a tactic. This is a war tactic. A battle tactic. Battle plan. Are we as a people ready for battle? Do we have a plan? No. We need to keep this heritage alive, this mindset alive, so we can be ready when anything pops off, because the whole world is against us. Go ahead.
They shall blow an alarm for their journeys.
Right. They shall blow an alarm for the journeys. Whenever they need to go somewhere, they blow an alarm. Right?
Verse 7.
No, go ahead. No, slow. They blow an alarm whenever they need to go somewhere. This is so important because at moments notice we can just get up and go. You know what I mean? We need that mindset. We need that. We need to have a strategy to help us conduct ourselves during the time of distress and at the time of chaos. We need to be calm and collected. Go ahead.
Verse 7. But when the congregation is to be gathered together, ye shall blow, but ye shall not sound an alarm.
Right. You shall blow like it's just different sounds over the trumpets to be made to signify what to do. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And the sons of Aaron, the priest, shall blow with the trumpets, and they shall be to you for an ordinance forever.
No, just until just until when the snow falls and it's time to actually prepare your family to weather the storm during the winter.
Forever.
Just until when it starts getting warmer outside, and then we can just forget about all this because it's summertime. We got to go to the beach and party. Forever. During all seasons, during all generations. Forever. We should go ahead, sir.
And I was just going to say, we have different alarms today, like the Amber Alert. That's a different alarm. Then you got alarm if someone comes into your house.
Right.
You have different sounds that alert you to what's going on so you can take the appropriate action.
Right. And Esau gets that from us.
Right.
Our oppressors gets that from this right here. See, we are the salt of the earth. You know what I mean? So they learn from us. Everything good in the world, they learn from us.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. And if ye go to war in your land against the enemy that oppressed you.
Listen up. Listen, this is really important. This right here, because we are at war. Go ahead.
Then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpets.
Right. You should blow an alarm with the trumpets. Us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are at war. The trumpet is about to be blown at any time. We need to keep this mindset, keep this tradition alive. We have to keep our heritage in our minds at all times. And what's the heritage? The law, statutes, commandments. We got to keep this because we as a people cannot establish our new generations to come without knowing what our past generations went through and how to learn from that. Can't do it. Go ahead.
And ye shall be remembered before the Lord your God.
We shall be remembered before the Lord your God. We shall keep our heritage, keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, so we can be remembered. So we won't go through all the tragedy that our forefathers went through. So we can learn from their mistakes. Go ahead.
And ye shall be saved from your enemies.
Right. We should be saved from our enemies. No, we're going to continue to suffer under the oppressor.
Shall be saved from your enemies.
Right. If we remember the past, remember our traditions and keep them, remember our heritage, we shall be saved from our enemies. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Also, in the day of your gladness, and in your solemn days, and in the beginnings.
And then select. Start from the top.
Verse 10.
Okay.
Also, in the day of your gladness.
Right. And also, when it's good times, we should remember this. Go ahead.
And in your solemn days.
And in solemn days, days that are sad. Remember why our forefathers went through, all this turmoil. Go ahead.
And in the beginnings of your months.
Right, the beginnings of the months. Like we have these blacks from the trumpet to remember all this. Right. It's a tradition of our people, so like we'll go into a little bit of history of the so-called Mexicans, which are your Israelites. Like, here's the shofar. This is what we blow for the gathering on the Sabbath to signify that it's the start of the Sabbath. We blow this, and then at the end we blow it too. But we have forgotten that. Even you, so-called Mexicano, you kept that tradition when you came over here to our spread, which is the so-called New World, right? We came from the East. As it says in the book of 2 we came from the East, and they kept that culture, but they didn't have concha. They would blow that concha to signify when they come into the temple. That's what the Aztec priests did. We kept that culture. This is our culture. Go ahead.
Ye shall blow with the trumpets over your burnt offerings.
Right. And we should, whenever we had our culture sacrificing for the Lord, when we blow the trumpet also. Go ahead.
And over the sacrifices of your peace offerings.
The peace offerings, right. This culture is real important to us, and we should keep it. We should remember why we have these tactics, these traditions, right? These orders, so our people can be in order. Go ahead.
That they may be to you for a memorial.
A memorial. We need to remember, keep this in our memory. Go ahead.
Before your God. I am the Lord, your God.
Right. This is commanded from our God, from the Most High God, the one true God. You black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, this is commanded from your God. Okay, you can go ahead and drop that. Let's pull up Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha 17 and 11. See, we have to keep our customs, our traditions, our heritage, so we can learn from our past and not suffer the same calamities that our people have been suffering over and over and over. We must finally break these family curses, these traditional curses. In order to do that, we must follow the laws, statutes, and commandments given to us from our forefathers, right? Given to us by Moses, and then all the prophets that came after him. We must keep this. This is very important to us. We can't just live life out of order and just willy-nilly and nonchalantly, because that's going to get our future children, for our future generations in trouble. It's going to weaken our society, weaken our nation, keep us within, within captivity under our oppressor. So we have to keep our traditions, our heritage. And what is our heritage? Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 17, verse 11. Besides this, he gave them knowledge.
Right. Knowledge, the know. Go ahead.
And the law of life.
The law of life. Go ahead.
For an heritage.
The law of life. The laws of God is your heritage. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. We shall keep this. We need to keep this. And you can only do that here in the Isupk. Because out there in the Christian church, what do they say? The laws of God are done away with. Right? That's what they say. So according to that understanding, you can go out and unalive, right? No. You can go out and be a member of the Leviticus. No. Go ahead.
It's like this, sir. But the church says no man cannot go without sin.
Can't go without sin, is that what they say?
Come, sir.
But didn't Christ say, go and be perfect?
Come,
Go and sin no more?
come.
So that goes completely against what Christ said. Right?
Come, sir.
They're not teaching the truth in the Christian church. They don't teach the true teachings of Christ. They teach the teachings of Caesar Borgia, which was a member of the Leviticus. His lover was his sister. His lover was Leonardo da Vinci, which was the painter of that image that everybody thinks that Christ is. You know what I mean? That's what they teach. They teach that, sow a seed and you will prosper. They just teach a prosperity doctrine. And, doctrine of devils. That's what they teach. They don't teach the truth of the Christian church. The only truth is the home of the truth, which is the Isupk, under command of Jeremy Hunt. Okay, you drop that. Let's get into Jeremiah 17, verse 4. See, if we forget our heritage and our customs that we've suffered for so many years trying to keep, right? We will continue to be the downtrodden, the bottom of society. Just how Trump says that all these immigrants that are coming over from the border, right? They come from S-hole countries, right? They're looked at as the scum of the earth right now because they're trying to get rid of the Hispanics in America. We're looked at as vile and vile in this nation. But the only reason why we're looked at that way is because we have strayed away from our God. We are the apple of God's eye. We must keep his commandments to be remembered by the Most High. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage.
Right. We discontinued our heritage. And what happened to us? Go ahead.
That I gave thee.
Right. The heritage that the Most High gave us, we have discontinued from that. We have listened to our oppressors saying that the laws of God are done away with. What's happened to that? Go ahead.
And I will cause thee to serve thy enemies.
Right. Now we serve our enemies. The Lord calls us to serve our enemies. So when you get up, at the crack of dawn, you get up from can't see shit, you know what I mean, to go to work. What are you doing? I will cause thee to.
Like you said. In the land which thou knowest.
No, I will cause thee to. When you get up, from hardly sleeping at all in the morning, and you're still tired, you're getting up to do what? Start from, and I will cause thee to serve. You lost your place.
Concert. It's got right here where it said, "Oh, which shall burn forever."
Yeah, that's at the end.
Oh, I will cause thee to serve thy enemies.
Right, you're serving your enemy. This land used to belong to you, Hispanic man, Native American man, Black man. You were brought over here to serve your enemies. This land used to belong to us. Black man, this belongs to you too, because you're our brother. We welcome you. You're our brother. We serve our enemies. We go out and we pick that cotton. That's our own land. That cotton goes on. So by default, that's our cotton. But we pick it for our enemies. We go out and pick those oranges for our enemies. We go out and pick those strawberries, the onions for our enemies. We're serving our enemies. We go out and drill our own oil. We drill in our own land that they stole for our enemies. Dig in pipelines for our enemies. Go ahead.
In the land which thou knowest not.
Right. The land which knows not. Our forefathers didn't know this land, but we broke the statute, law, statutes, commandments. And we had to come over because we're in captivity in Syria. We came over here. Our Judite brothers, the so-called black men, they were brought over here from the east coast of Africa. They were forced to go into Africa. They didn't know this land. And they were forced over here to serve their enemies. Because we strayed away from our heritage, which is the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High God. Go ahead.
For he hath kindled a fire in vain, and anger which shall burn forever.
Right. We had kindled a fire in my anger. That was the Lord's anger that was kindled because we stepped away from our heritage. We just didn't hold tight, hold fast onto it. And it was forgotten. It was forgotten by the generations that came after, Jeremiah. It was forgotten. It was a warning. It was a warning that we did not hold on to. Drop that. Let's get into Deuteronomy 28. Let's start at Salaki. Start at let me get it pulled up real quick. Start at verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 13.
Verse 15.
Verse 15 is like, but it shall come to pass.
It shall come to pass. What will come to pass? Go ahead.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord.
Hearken means listen. If you won't listen to the voice of the Lord, Go ahead.
thy God,
Thy God, the Lord thy God. If you don't listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, well, what was the voice? The laws. He spoke to Moses, commanded him to give us the laws. We did not hearken unto it. Go ahead.
to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, that all of these curses shall come upon thee and over thee, overtake thee.
Right. All these curses will come upon us and overtake thee. And let's get into what these curses are and see why our people have been suffering for so many generations. Why we continue to follow the mistakes of our ancestors and what caused us to go, what it caused us to go through. Let's see what it is. Drop that. I mean, don't drop it. Let's go down into slightly. Verse 15.
It's like it's already read very before.
15. Oh, slightly. Verse. Verse 32 is like
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
right. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. What's happening in the book? What is ICE doing right now? What happened to our black brothers during the 1800s? No, 1600s. Like in the 1600s. What happened to them? Our families were broken up, and our children were given unto another people. Our children at the border are being ripped from the arms of their mothers because they're so-called illegal immigrants. We're being called illegal on our own land. Go ahead, sir.
I was reading about Chicago. They picked up a so-called illegal, expensive car off the side of it was a police stop. They left the kids right there on the side of the road, but they took the parents.
Right. They left the kids, right? And who came and got the kids? Probably most likely child protective services, right?
Right.
And they put them in a foster care or they might even put them in the immigration system, right? Still, they ripped them away from their kids, right? Go ahead.
It's like it's like they're almost like selling these kids all over again, like they did back in the slave days.
That's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. That's exactly we're reading about it right here in the Bible.
It's been whoever has the most money gets the kids.
That's exactly what's happening. Go ahead.
And thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
All the day long. You're going to continually mourn and want your children to be back with you, to hug your children again. Right? Because they've been ripped from you. Thousands of children are still missing when they were taking kids away from their parents at the border months ago, years ago. During the Biden administration, thousands of kids are still missing. Right, hundreds of thousands. They don't know where those children are. They know, but we don't know. They're still longing for their children. Simply because we strayed away from the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Right. And we're still suffering these curses. Go ahead.
there shall be no might in thy hand.
Right? They're still missing. What can we do? Is the Mexican president sending troops over here for the lost children? No. Is during slavery of the colonials, did Africa send their military over here for the kidnapping of our Judite brothers from over there? No, no. There is no might in our hand because we have strayed away from the protection of our Lord, of our God, the Most High God. And His protection is within the law, statutes, and commandments, because that keeps us in order. That keeps us safe. We need to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Come back to our heritage. Because without that, we are helpless and with no might in our hand. No might. It's time for you, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh. Because without that, our future generations are going to continue to fall underneath these curses. It's time to break these curses. And the Lord sent His Son to show us how to break these curses. Most people in the Christian church think that, they have a false ideology of Christ. They think Christ is some docile, half a homo in sandals with stringy blonde hair, that He won't hurt a fly. But you can't have peace without. And Yahweh Shai is the Prince of Peace. Well, how is He going to be the Prince of Peace? You can't have peace without war. So we can't have the Most High's protection without war. And we're at war right now. We need our Savior to come fight for us. And only that will save us. Only that will save us. Only that will continue our generations. But we have to come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. They're fundamental and necessary as a nation to have. You can't run a nation without laws. You can't do it. It would be completely chaos, right? So how are the laws done away with? It's complete idiocracy what the Christian church is teaching. You must follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. And in order to learn them, you got to tune in to our Wednesday class. Come into our groups. See us out in the streets, come get a flyer. Call your local ISPK near you, and you can find the number at ISPK.com. Only then when you get in contact with those brothers, only then we learn the law, statutes, and commandments. Because you're not going to learn them in the Christian church. They're not teaching you the truth in the Christian church. Now more than ever, it's time to get into these doors. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Get into these doors. Get with your brothers. Like they say, safety is in numbers, right? will come into the body of Christ. Because Christ is our ultimate safety. We're not safe out there. They hate us. They're hunting our steps. Like, let's get into that. Let's get into Lamentations 4:18. They're hunting us down every day. Just the other day, now they like to say that, oh, it's time to forget about slavery, right? It's time to forget about all the torment that we went through there in Jim Crow, right? But what happened in Mississippi the other day? What happened in college the other day? 2 brothers were hung. They were lynched. Lamentations is in the Old Testament. It's right by the book of Jeremiah.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps. What's happening out there in the streets with ICE? Go ahead.
That we cannot go in our streets.
Right. Can't go on the streets because the ICE is out there waiting on you. They're setting traps for you. You can't go into the laundromat and wash your clothes, right? You can't go into your graduation, your child's graduation, because they'll be ripped from your arms. You'll be stuffed in a dog cage because they hunt our steps. We can't go into our streets. Go ahead.
Our end is near.
Our end is near. Right? They want so-called Hispanics out of America. It's plain to see this. Open your eyes. They hate you, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. They hate you.
Right.
Open your eyes to realize what time it is. We are at war. It's time to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments so we can break these curses. So we can have some order. Because it's complete chaos. Go ahead.
Our days are fulfilled.
Our days are fulfilled. That's what they want. Because the truth about it is why they really want Hispanics out of America is because they say by 2030, we're going to be the majority, right? They don't want us to replace them. They want us to because they feel their days are fulfilled. So they're hunting us down. So our days will be fulfilled. And they will be if we don't wake up and realize what time it is. They will be. They will be. It's like the scriptures say, no flesh shall be saved. Right? We must come back to the Lord. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Find your local Isupk in a city near you. Get into these classes. Learn your culture. Learn your heritage. It's so I'm gonna say, what's the word? Crucial nowadays. It's crucial. We learn this right now. Go ahead.
For our end is come.
For our end is come. And that's what they want. They want our end to come. Because it's not because they want us to assimilate within their culture, right? No, they don't want us to assimilate in their culture because we've been doing that. And you go down the street, what do you see? We assimilated to American culture. What is American culture? Life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, right?
Right.
So we're pursuing happiness by doing what? Assimilating into their culture. And they say, pick yourself up by your bootstraps. And we've done that. So you go down the street, what do you see? A taco truck. You go down furthermore, you see what? Smoke truck. No. What do you see? Another Mexican restaurant. We've assimilated the culture. We've assimilated the society. So we're having our own businesses. We're going into their so-called workforces and obtaining jobs that supposedly are high-end jobs, right?
Right.
That normally you would see the oppressor at this position, right?
Right.
We're becoming managers. We're becoming supervisors. We're becoming lawyers. We've assimilated into their society, and they hate us for it. They hate us for it. They don't really want us in those positions. They want us at the bottom. We have become too ugly for them. That's why I sell the streets. That's why they're hanging black men to this day.
Yep.
Because we have replaced them. And they're scared. That's what it is. They're scared. Because we are the salt of the earth. Whatever we do, we're going to be great at it. We come in here, we're going to work the system. We're going to be great at it too. You know what I mean? So we're starting to, build up the society. And their society is falling. Go ahead.
And they have a perpetual hatred for us.
Right.
Because when the East Indian come and their doctors and pharmacists, they don't hate them for that.
Right.
But it's only us.
It's only us. Like, East Indians, they a lot of them, you see them in the pharmacies, right? You'll see an East Indian as a doctor. They respect them. They'll go to them. But what did Charlie Kirk say about a black pirate?
Right.
He doesn't. Oh, go ahead.
He said regardless, just look at him and feel like he's underqualified.
Right. He feels that he's underqualified, and the only reason why he got that job was because of DEI. Right? DEI. Go ahead.
Yeah, but if you look back in history into the Tuskegee Airmen, now they were losing bombers before the black pilots came in and saved them.
Right.
Now they never lost a bomber.
Right. So what
Right. I could.
Go ahead.
Did you ever see that movie Red Tails? It was another movie that was about the Tuskegee Airmen.
No.
And the black pilots didn't use the new Mustang. They used, what was it, the P-40? It was like one of the older attack plane models. They used those planes to go against the German fighter jets. Mind you, World War II, most planes had propellers still. The Germans were the first to actually have jets going over 600 knots. I think these other planes were going maybe 350, 400. And black pilots managed to win in fights against a clearly technologically more advanced fighter plane, which just goes to show the skill and cunning of the tribe of Judah. So big up to them for really showing the white man that they don't know nothing about warfare like how we do. That's good. It's like
It's plain to see that black men are the best fighters.
Right.
They're the best fighters. But what did he say? Oh, he didn't trust the black fighter because he felt they were underqualified.
Right.
Why? When they are, if you just see the track record, clearly so-called African American men are the best pilots. But simply because they're African American men,
Right.
He didn't feel safe in the plane. You know what I mean? And they try to say that he's not racist.
Right.
They try to say that he's a good old American with Christian values. Right? And they're trying to make him like a god. They're making a holiday after this man. Right? And I'm pretty sure you'll see a memorial of him, a statue of him standing in right next to that school where he was unalive, right? Just like how Chris Kyle, what's Chris Kyle known for? Go ahead.
Being a warrior.
Right, being a warrior. He's known for shooting down, the enemy, unaliving. He was a great American warrior, right? But what is his track record? What was he known for, really? Being a drunk and wife beater. But he's held to high standards of America because he was good at unaliving. It just goes to show you the hypocrisy of this nation,
Right.
right? It goes to show you what's really in their mind, what they really hold dear to them. Not true American, not true so-called Christian standards. Because Christians say, what, turn the other cheek? Chris Collins turned the other cheek. He turned that revolver. He pulled that trigger, right? That's what he did. He didn't turn the other cheek. But when he turned the cheek just to look at the scope. That's what he did. No, he was unlike, and he was damn good at it. Esau's a cunning hunter.
Yeah.
So that's what they held him up for. Charlie Kirk held up their true inner thoughts, their true intentions was to what I think they got rid of DEI, right? But how were they actually, in American history, how were they actually qualified and able to go to the moon? Was through, do you know how they went to the moon? How they went to the moon? You ever seen that movie Numbers? It was called Numbers, right?
Yeah.
The movie Numbers. There was three so-called black sisters, African American sisters, that came up with the map, the equations. They solved the equations for the rockets to actually make it through the atmosphere to go to the moon. They came up with that. They were the computers. They couldn't figure out before. They go ahead.
And still, this was in a time where they had to walk, 15 minutes to
They weren't allowed. This was during Jim Crow. They weren't allowed to use the same restroom as our restroom. So they had to walk to another restroom. This is a scene in the movie also. I mean, they had to walk to another restroom and still able to come up with these numbers. You know what I mean? That's persecution. You know what I mean? That's how can I say? Well, it's Jim Crow, really. It's just another device of the devil. It's showing his his true intentions.
Like it's, I remember as a child, a teacher once told me that it was known that minorities, like Hispanics and blacks, we were known for being real great at math.
Right, because what did the concept of zero come from? Like your decimals, your negatives, where did that come from? You know? Um, the concept of true zero, even astronomy, you know what I mean? To know the stars and all that, came up with the most accurate calendar on when to harvest and plant your crops. You know what I mean? They're saying that the pyramids in Egypt, they were so built exactly at a certain longitude and latitude that they don't know how the math was done on how it aligned, right? They don't know how that they said it would have to take a math wizard to figure that out. But who built those pyramids in Egypt? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Because we are the true Israelites spoken about in the Bible.
That's right.
Right.
We built that. So really, the DEI is for them to hold their places. You know what I mean? Hold their places in society. That's why ICE is out in the streets. That's why they got rid of DEI. Because they want to keep their place. They want to keep their great old America, the land of the free, home of the brave. That's why they're fighting for their place. They're fighting to keep their kingdom, and it's crumbling. It's crumbling every day. Just right now, Venezuela was in talks of joining. What's it called? Well, what's that coalition I'm thinking of? I'm sorry, y'all one? BRICS. Venezuela was in the talks of joining BRICS, and Venezuela is an oil-rich country, so that would also, enrich that stronghold against NATO or what have you. So, well, what did Trump do? He sent warship destroyers to Venezuela. They're fighting to keep their place because once Venezuela joins BRICS and all that, the price of the barrel, the standard, the petrodollar will drop. They'll replace it with another currency. You know what I mean? And so the economy here in America would be worth shit in overnight.
Right.
That's what they're afraid of. That's the true reason why they went to Venezuela. It's for the oil. To keep the petrodollar, to keep the American name alive in the earth, to keep the lie, thriving throughout the earth. That's why they're causing havoc on our people. Because it's time. It's time that we realize it's war on us. You know what I mean? And we're closer and closer to the end. Okay, where I have you hold?
So I guess, sir. We was at Lamentations 4, and we was at verse 19.
Select it. Yeah, go ahead and drop that. Let's get into Deuteronomy. No, select. Let's go into Revelation 2:25. No, select it. Not 2:25. That's my last scripture. Select it. Hold on for a minute. My phone is tripping. Go to Revelations 18 and verse 4. It's time for us to realize what time it is and put away all these false doctrines, all these so-called organized religions, right? Because they're not teaching us the truth. We need to come out of that mentality of America. Come out of the customs of this place and uphold our traditions, our customs, which is the laws of God, right? Because now more than ever, it's so important to us because now is the time that the Lord has put forth for us to come together. Because you see what's going on around you. World War III is at the brink, right? Destruction is coming to this place. It's time for us to actually put away our differences and remember the times of old. Remember our heritage. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people."
Come out of her, my people. Come out of that Christian church. Come out of that Catholic church. That Catholic church is doing nothing but, defiling our youth, defiling our families. Our so much of our, customs that we hold today are idolatry. You know what I mean? Our children are still suffering, trauma because of the Catholic Church. Catholic Church is the biggest organization that pushes. I can say I don't know if I can say it online, but it's where they prefer young children. You know what I mean? That they push that throughout they're attracted to young children. They push that in the Catholic Church. They molest our young children and they just sweep it underneath the rug. They're destroying families, but we uphold their Catholic dogma, especially in the so-called Hispanic households. We'd rather keep that tradition alive instead of our true culture. We don't even care about the past anymore. We don't care about how our ancestors suffered at the hands of the conquistadors. That we were unalived by the sword to convert into Catholicism. You know what I mean? We were, suffered at the edge of the whip to convert into Christianity. Stripped and beaten of our culture, beaten out of our culture to convert into their ideology, their customs, which brings nothing but destruction to blacks and Hispanics. You know what I mean? Not even to mention not slagging, not to mention the suffering of the Native American Indians. You know what I mean? They're suffering right now in the reservations. And what are they trying to do? Pray to a white Jesus so their loved ones can stop drinking themselves to death. Still nothing. Still nothing but causing more anger unto the Lord and causing more anguish on our Native American brothers in the reservations. Come out of all that. The youth in the reservations don't even remember the language that their grandparents spoke. I mean, it's so easy for us to forget our traditions. We forget, our customs so fast. Just like I was saying at the beginning of the class. My father didn't want to teach us Spanish, so I really don't know too much Spanish. You know what I mean? The same thing is going on in these reservations. Of course, it's all the white man's fault. White man is definitely not speak something because of the boarding schools, right?
Right.
So they lost their language, but they still, some people, some of our brothers, got our brothers in the reservations, they held on to it. But the children are starting to forget. It's starting to go away. So now they have here in San Antonio they have these programs too where they're trying to keep their language alive. You know what I mean? Of the Native Americans, like the Diné and you know, the Apache and all that. They're trying to keep their language alive. But what they if they study and they tuned in to Friday, I'm sorry, other one's classes, they'll learn that their language is based in Hebrew also, just like the Aztecs. The language that we forgot, us so-called Mexicans, the Navajo language is basically Hebrew. If you study if you study the Lush and you study the Navajo language, you'll see some of it because it's the same language. It's just a derivative of Hebrew. Well, same thing with our so-called Native American brothers. Their language, if they studied, if they tuned in Friday, they will see similarities within the Lush and their grandmother's tongue, their forefathers' tongue. They will see that. We need to uphold and hold fast to our traditions. But where did I have you hold?
Revelation chapter 18, verse 4.
All right, go ahead.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people."
Come out of her, my people. Come out of the traditions of America. Come out of the traditions of Esau, the culture of Esau, because Esau just knows, you know, war, just knows how to hunt. I mean, the thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. That's what he comes for. Those are his traditions. We need to come out of that. Go ahead.
That ye be not partakers of her sin.
Right, of her sins. That's all they know how to do. It's just sin. They don't hold sin. You go to Nevada. What is the most celebrated city in the nation, really? In Nevada. And they say, what do they say? What stays in Vegas? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What is Vegas known for? What do they call it?
Sin City.
It's a Sin City, right? And Sin City, like, it's so upholded. They make movies out of it, right? Casino. What else? What is that big movie that came out a few years back? That it was all the rave. That it was so funny. It was #1 at the box office for so many weeks.
Hangover.
The Hangover. And what were they doing? They were gallivanting in Vegas. You know what I mean? That's what they're doing in Sin City. Go ahead.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right. Not of our plagues. And that's what we're seeing with COVID-19, smallpox. Plagues are here and more coming. Come out of all the traditions of the oppressor, of Esau, of the white man, of the devil, all the sinful ways of America. Come out of that. Put that away. Come back to your true heritage, which is the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High God. Your God, Hispanic man, Native American man. Come back to your heritage so you won't receive the destruction coming to this race because of all the sins. The sins have, so go on to verse 5.
Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto the heaven.
Right. The sins are being stacked up from you know, the unaliving of our forefather, you know, Cain's brother. Since Cain killed Abel, they have not seen judgment, right?
Right.
Since then, because Esau has the spirit of Cain. They have not seen judgment since then. It's just been stacked up, stacked up, stacked up. He's just been unaliving and unaliving Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. It's been stacked up, and he has not ceased to stop. You know, he loves blood.
And God has remembered her iniquities.
God has remembered her iniquities. God has remembered the iniquities of this wicked nation, which is what's the word I'm looking for? The second nation, the second coming of Rome. You know, Rome rebirthed. God has remembered the iniquities of Esau. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you.
Right. And how did our oppressors reward us? By stealing our land, stealing our children, spread of smallpox, you know, by the Middle Passage, which was the route that the slave boats came through, and they were just dumping off our brothers off of the ships. So much that the sharks started following. By the Trail of Tears that they made our Native American brothers go through to put them in slavery, put them in reservations.
Right.
That's how they rewarded us. Go ahead.
And double unto her, double according to her works.
Right. Judgment is coming to this place. Death and destruction is coming to America. Go ahead.
According to her works, in the cup which she had filled to her double.
Filled to her double. I mean, you think that all the destruction that our forefathers went through is forgotten by the Most High God? No, it's not. It's not forgotten. So why would you forget? Remember the days of old. Remember. Stand up for your people. Stop being a coward and just trying to live the American way. Just like go along to get along. Stand up for your people. We are at war. It's time to stand up and represent your heritage, represent your culture, represent your people. Instead of trying to be a Latino for Trump, a Black for Trump, and a sympathizer of Kirk Majerk, saying that if you're making light of the tragedy that happened to Kirk, to unfriend me on Facebook. Stop being such a coon. Stand up for your people. Remember what your people go through. Have compassion on the struggles of your people. Because they hate you. Stop trying to be a step and fetch it and shuck and jive for your oppressor. It's all that time is done. All that time is over with. And they're showing you it's over with. It's time to realize what's going on around you, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Destruction is coming to this place. Judgment is coming to our oppressor, the white man, the devil the Bible speaks of. Judgment is coming. Go ahead.
Verse 7. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously.
Right? They say America is the greatest country on earth, right? That's what they say. What is on the red hats? Make America great again. Well, how was America free for them?
Right.
They had free labor. They made billions off of the textile trade, right? Off of cotton. That's how America was established.
Right.
That's when America was great for them,
Right.
right? They lived deliciously off of us. They came over here, stole the land, forced our brothers, forced us, and even in Mexico, forced us to build up their kingdom, plant their crops, on our soil, plant their crops so they can build up their kingdom. They have lived deliciously off our land. Even to this day, they drill for black gold, right? They drill for black gold. Where? Here in Texas. Texas was what? Texas, which was Mexico. And now they're trying to kick us back. You know what I mean? This is our land. They live deliciously off the back of our land. Go ahead.
So much torment and sorrow give her.
Give her. So much torment and sorrow is coming to America. And righteously so. Righteously so. Don't you want judgment, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man?
Damn right.
Yeah, right. For the treatment of our people?
That's right.
You want judgment?
Damn right.
So why would you continue to follow the customs of America, which just further punishes our people, further torments our people?
Right.
Go ahead.
For she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Right. Just like the other day when we were at camp, we saw that coon, right? Select that term. But I don't think that's we saw him, right? And he said we were prophesying like the Lord commanded us, prophesying the destruction of America soon to come. And he said, no, that will never happen. We will never fall to Russia and to China. He said that will never happen. America is the strongest nation. You know what I mean? That would never happen. Our military is way too strong. Read that again.
For she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Right. That's what they think. That's what they like. Anybody that holds America up to the highest standard, they think America can be touched.
Right.
But that's not what the Lord is saying. The Lord remembers your turmoil, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, and judgment is coming to this place. Wake up and come back to your heritage so you can be remembered by the Most High. Go to verse 8.
Verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
Right. Her plagues are coming one day. Go ahead.
Death and mourning and famine.
That's what's going to come to this nation. Famine. You think that the shelves are going to be full when when America goes into to Venezuela? You think the shelves are going to be full when World War III actually kicks off? What's going to happen to all the cargoes coming into America?
Right.
All that's going to be cut off. Shelves are going to be empty. Famine is coming to this land. A lot of because Venezuela is real close to Panama, right? All that's going to be in chaos. The Panama Canal, a lot of ships come through there. That's why we're trying to get control of the Panama Canal. All that's going to be in chaos. All the ships coming from the Panama Canal, all the ships coming from overseas, you know what I mean? Over in the harbors on the East Coast,
Right.
All that's going to be locked up tight. Chaos is coming. Famine is coming to America. It's time for us to wake up. Go ahead.
And she shall be utterly burned with fire.
Burned with fire. Thermonuclear fire is coming to America. And if you don't want to be a part of that, it's time to stand up and represent your culture. Take a hold of your heritage. Drop that. Give me a. Revelations 2 and 25. So, like, before you read it, it's imperative that we hold on to the past because we can't learn on how to proceed and build if we don't know where we came from. Where, like I said at the beginning of the class, if you don't know where you came from, if you don't know the past, you're doomed to repeat it, right?
Right.
Well, if we don't know where we've been, we don't know where we're going. And the Bible tells us where we're going. Right?
Right.
We got to hold fast to our traditions, to our customs. Remember the days of old. Our history is the most important thing to us. This Torah is our history. The laws of God is our tradition. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 25. But that which ye have already.
Right. That which ye have already. We have these records. We have them. Remember them. We teach our records. We teach our history in the Isupk. Come into the Isupk. Learn your true heritage, your true culture, your true tradition. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. You are not a nigga. You're not spit. You're not a savage. You're the apple of God's eye. You are an Israelite, which is God's chosen people. Come back to the Lord. Go ahead.
Hold fast.
Hold fast. Hold. Fasten. Like a bolt fastened to a nut real tightly. Hold fast. Hold tight to your tradition. Do not let it go. This is the most important thing to us as Israelites, Black, Hispanics, Native American Indians. Our traditions, our customs, our laws are the most important thing to us. Hold fast unto that. Go ahead.
Till I come.
Till I come. What color are these words?
Red.
Red. This is our Savior saying this to us. This is Yahushua HaMashiach, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. These are his words. These are a commandment from him. Hold fast unto the laws of God. Hold fast into your traditions until he comes. Go ahead.
Verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works.
Right. That's the works that we hold on to. Christ showed us how to uphold the law, statutes, commandments. He was the ultimate example. We didn't uphold it, so he was the ultimate sacrifice for that. Do not make that sacrifice vain. Hold on to these commandments. Hold on to these laws. Hold on to these statutes. It's time to come back to these. Christ showed us how to come back. And he paid the ultimate sacrifice for you to come back to it. Do not make that sacrifice. Come back to it, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, so we can overcome all the turmoil, all the past torment that our ancestors has gone through. So we can overcome it. Remember it, so we can overcome it. remember the laws, statutes, and commandments. Remember your God is real. Go ahead.
And keeping my works until the end. To him will I give power over the nations.
Right. And then we will have power over our oppressor. And then and only then will we rise as a nation and be the top of society, be the pinnacle of society, be the nation that God intended us to be the head, not the tail, to be heaven on earth. And with that, I pass the class over to Trooper Padilla.
This is the Isupk security announcements. We, the Isupk, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If needed transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if the brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. Then is another 6 months which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Titus, which is the commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means the 10th in the Hebrew, Marasha. 10% of every penny increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher priest fund. Free will offering for priests. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like upcoming holy convocations
is the Day of Atonement.
Day of Atonement, the 10th day of the 7th month. Thursday, September of 2025. Remind Ichim and Aquathium and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anybody wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, and headband or scarf. This includes the Isupk announcements.
And with that,
Amajum,
which means
stand.
we're going to give one courtesy salute to the
We're going to give one courtesy to the brothers,
men of Israel, Amajum Shabbat, Amajum, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yehoshua Barakatam,
Yahweh Hashem Yehoshua Barakatam,
Yashmatah, Star,
sisters you can rise,
Amajum.
and we're going to give one courtesy salute
We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters,
men of Israel, Amajum Shabbat,
a man of Israel, Amajum Shabbat, Amajum, Barak,
Yahweh Shamar,
Yahweh,
Shamar, Hashem Yehoshua,
Yahweh,
Shamar, Alatah,
Hawatah,
Hashem Yehoshua,
Hashem Yahushua,
Yahweh
Yashmatah, that is this.
That was the first time you did the announcement.
Good job, man. Good job.